The major difference between an unsupported and supported trunk in wheelchair propulsion is the trunk alignment to the alignment of the axle of the wheel. As you can see in this first video, when the trunk is unsupported, the alignment of the shoulders to the axle of the wheel is not optimal for the length-tension relationship of the muscles. This leads to overuse and imbalance of the muscles. Further, the use of trunk flexion would most likely be compensatory for peripheral muscle weakness and may also lead to injury. Now you can see in this video, when the trunk is supported, the shoulder is in vertical alignment with the axle of the wheel, allowing the subject to be in a better position to propel the wheelchair efficiently. According to a study done by the Department of Veteran Affairs, a trunk-supported position is safer and will result in a decreased incidence of injury compared to an unsupported position. Now we will compare two subjects of entirely different builds, both performing the wheelchair propulsion with an unsupported trunk. The motions of both the subjects will be similar, except in the size of their movements. As you can see, our first subject, Mike, makes larger movements. He has a longer arm swing per push and leans further into each push on account of his larger frame and longer arms. Mike is also taller and as a result flexes his torso more. He does so in order to maintain a forward-looking head posture, but as a result he has to flex his cervical spine, as the trunk is in maximal flexion. The second subject, Jenna, makes similar yet smaller movements per push. Since Jenna is shorter, she has more limitation from the armrest and therefore cannot reach the same degree of shoulder flexion as Mike. Her smaller build also prevents her from exerting the same amount of force as Mike when performing the same motion. Moving forward, we will now compare the two subjects with a supported trunk during wheelchair propulsion. Both subjects are essentially performing the same movements, however there is a major difference in their arm motion. The first subject, Mike, is able to push the wheel farther. This is because his arms are 10 inches longer compared to the second subject, Jenna. This results in more motion per push, and he can travel a farther distance than she can for the same amount of effort. As you can see, Jenna would have to push much harder to get the same distance that Mike gets in one push. Thanks for watching. Wait, all that laughing is gonna be